Now, obviously, spending your time here at Walker, could you compare that to your own high school experience?
Well, first of all, I had high school experiences in that I grew up a pretty tough life. I'm going to be honest with you. I went to 13 schools in my life. Went to 4 different high schools, 2 schools in New York City and 2 schools in California. And about the only thing I would say as it relates to my experience in high school versus the experience that you all have in independent schools is I wish that we could do some sort of school swap and that kids at Walker could experience some of the things that some public school kids go through, particularly in underserved populations or inner cities. I think you would come back with a better appreciation for your teachers, for the facilities that you have, and the privilege you have of going to independent schools. I remember being in classrooms with 30 plus kids. I remember rushing to get to math class because we'd have 38 kids in the class and there's only 31 seats. And so if you wanted to get a seat, you had to get there early. I remember riding the train from school and feeling like there's got to be a better way than this. And listen, these kids who go to school in these places, it's what they know and they make it work. And these kids end up going to the same colleges you all end up going to. But they have to work really hard to do it. And that's not to say that in independent schools, kids don't have to work hard. But the obstacles that you have to overcome growing up in an inner city or an underserved population, you really start further back and you have to work your tail off to catch up, so to speak. So the only comparison I would say is, but I will say this, contrary to popular belief, there are some phenomenal public school educators. And there are public school educators who have to figure it out and make it happen and teach some kids who don't want to be there, right? And they're there and they're lifelong educators. And so I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to public school educators, people who educated me, and is the real reason I'm sitting here, because they saw something in me and they cared about me because I cared about school. So that's the blessing in my educational experience.